Welcome back to Momentous Struggle, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast. On this week's episode, Aubrey and I are joined by Liam. Most people probably know him as Lamb Chop from all the Discords and Longshanks and all that wonderful stuff. But since he's kind of the resident expert when it comes to Republic and with the updates to Republic, I think we're going to go ahead and just have a fun conversation about that. So we'll go ahead and jump on into it. Before I even say anything to Aubrey, I'm gonna talk to the guest here. Liam, so just so people kind of get to know you, I think a little bit better, maybe you introduce yourself, let us know a little bit about you. I think probably most people would probably know you from like that wonderful performance you had at the event at Adepticon, not the World Championships, but you went 4-0 with wasn't it Kit Fisto? I think you built him and played him.
Yeah,
weekend. So like the day before type of thing. So yeah, let's go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm a huge gamer just overall, but I started my miniatures gaming back when I was like 13. I started playing War Machine. And so like my dad would play it, and he kind of got me and my brothers into it. So played that for a bit. Life happened, of course, and then right in the middle of COVID, I started looking up I started Legion a little bit, and then I kind of got into Marvel Crisis Protocol because one of the guys here was like, "Yeah, we're trying this," and he's like, you could throw buildings at each other, and I was like, "What? That's so cool," you know? And so I started getting into that. And then Shatterpoint came out, and then I was like a little bummed because I had like just gotten into Legion and bought a bunch of stuff for Legion. I was like, ugh, like I don't want to buy a whole another game of Star Wars miniatures. But some of the locals kept trying to convince me a little bit more and more. And then I was like, all right, once Kit Fisto's announced, I'll do it. And then I had been around MCP and AMG for a while. Like I'm like, all right, they're doing everything. Like if they're doing Queen Amidala, they're gonna do Kit Fisto. It's only a matter of time. So I got into it like winter of 23, and then I started with Republic. Just part of it is I just love Jedi. Part of it is people said they're bad, and I'm like, all right, it's fine. I like playing the bad stuff sometimes, but so I started playing Republic just a lot, and I was playing like Anakin Obi-Wan, and I just like was doing decent with them. And then, of course, Kit Fisto was announced, and I was like, all right, if I wasn't already in now, this is what I said, And then, yeah, for Adepticon, I did compete in Worlds. I went 2-2 in the first day. It was funny. One of the guys in one of the Discords we were in, we got paired up round 3, and I was like, I don't want to do the mirror match because I brought a Caddy Mundi Anakin list. And he was like, "You coward!" It is because I played my other list, but it was pretty funny. And then, yeah, like right the day before I left, literally the night before, I had gotten the Kit Fisto box a couple days early, built it, painted it to Adepticon standards, and was like, "If I don't make day 2, I'm gonna play that Premier tournament, and I'm playing Kit Fisto all day."
Nice.
And comes to that day. Or didn't make day 2 obviously. Played in that tournament, and I was like, I don't care what happens. I'm just playing Kit Fisto every game. We're gonna learn him. So I had literally my first 4 games that day, and I somehow won.
So you played a Kit Fisto anchor?
Okay, played a Kit Fisto anchor, yeah. I was like, way before we even saw Shaak T's card, I was like, if Kit Fisto's an 8 and Shaak T's a 4, I'm playing Kit Fisto Shaak T Arfs every game. And then we saw Shaak T's card. I was like, there we go. She has a Force. She's really good. And then he was an 8. I was like, done. See? I'm done. That's all I'm playing. And yeah, the updates happened, and it sucks because I really want to play other things, and then I keep getting
more toys,
more excited about Republic stuff, and I'm like, ah. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, let's go ahead and I'm going to jump on over to Aubrey. Aubrey, have you been able to do any games, have any stuff going on this week? Like, what have you been up to Shatterpoint-wise?
Well, I mean, I have been going through the league, so I did, because I wasn't on, because you did the interview. So I had my league game where Unfortunately, things just did not go my way. I was still that was early enough that I wasn't going crazy with the new stuff. I was just playing Mando still, and it I don't remember exactly the details because it was a couple weeks back, but we'll just say it did not go well for me. This league has not been my day. I've been having some rough times with dice breaking the wrong way, or like I'm doing maneuvers and then I'm like just a little bit out from the objective and I'm like, are you kidding me? I can't change this angle at all. And so that's how my league game been. But I did do, and I know we're going to talk about this on a later episode, but I had a blast with a chimichangas. I think that's his Discord.
Yeah.
We did we did key operations for the first time, and we did extract the agent, and it. Spoilers for the next episode. Reading is hard. Reading is very hard.
The
and
librarian says reading is hard. Okay. You're putting yourself out of a job right now. Go for it. All right.
Oh, no. This is why my job exists, because reading is hard. Yeah. Reading rates in Arizona, like only 20 to 30% of the kids are passing at a third grade reading level right now in elementary school, everybody. So there's your sad PSA from COVID. So no, reading is hard. Reading is hard, everyone. After we reread the rules a few times after playing the first couple of turns, we figured things out because the way... Now, I'm not the only one reading it. He was reading the rules too. We both read a few things wrong. So like we were doing scoring and using some of the abilities, and I was like, seems like I have way too much of an advantage here. Like I'm already like halfway winning the not the struggle, but like the stage. And then we reread the rules, and we were like, oh, you can't do that, and you can't do this, and you're not supposed to do that, and that's how the scoring works. So we figured it out. So, but that took a long time. It was pretty funny because Liam was there, and some of the other players in the community, because we were over at Gamers Guild Tempe, and so like I swear, you all, like several of you played like 2 regular games of Shatterpoint to our 1 key operations because we kept having to stop and like refer to the rules. But I'll talk more details later. So that's
Okay.
that's what my fun has been like. Also, Liam, I was trying to let you talk, but you have to do the meme. It was that smile, right? That smile is what got you.
That's what I knew. That's what I knew.
Well, I ended up for my games I only played 1 game this week. I ended up trying out I tried out I think 5 of the 6 characters I played were all new because I played Anakin with what was it? Anakin, Arfs, and Rex with Mace, Cody, and I forget who the other one was. It wasn't 212.
It's probably 501st. If you've got Mason Cody, it's
Yeah, it was 501st. Yep.
501st
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah. So it wasn't bad. It was and we'll get into a little bit like kind of breaking down everything a little bit more. Like Anakin felt great, Mace felt good. Like the ARFs and like all the changes to the supports felt good. Something didn't feel like it was as good as it could have been, but it was fun. It was fun.
What was that, Todd? What didn't feel as good?
Well, I mean, I'm sure you could figure it out. Yeah, Cody, like he was able to. He's a little more productive, but I don't think he's quite where he needs to be still. But yeah, well, we'll jump into that there. But overall was a good game. It was weird. Like my game, it was wild because I lost struggle one struggle two. I was playing against Maglador, but he was able to leave everything on with 1 life, which now that you have that extra life with the clones was great. The problem was we go into struggle 3. I have everything alive on 1. You know what he's able to do? Just wound everything. So like he was able to score points pretty easily after that because it's not hard to kill when everything's alive on 1. So it was a fun game. It was like a good learning experience of like where kind of like a lot of the Republic stuff is. How about you, Liam? Did you get any games in this week?
I've gotten quite a few. So last Saturday, I was in an MCP tournament. So I played 4 rounds of MCP, and then I got in my league game because it was the last day. with Izzy.
Yeah.
And I played
That's
Kit
tiring.
Fisto, Obi-Wan, because my goal for this league is to play Kit Fisto every time, and just I'm trying out new things. I'm still in experimental territory, but um, this was my first Kit Fisto loss.
Oh no.
Like I don't know how, but I'm like 10-1 or like 11-1 with him or something like that. Like unrated, and then I haven't lost an unrated game with him too. I'm like, how? How is this even possible? Like he's fine, but he's not like crazy good. Like what is going on? But it turns out, as defensive as of a list that is, if your opponent rolls 2 to 3 natural crits and gets enough expertise to get more crits, it doesn't matter how many blocks you roll. You're just dead. So
Yep.
that was the story of that game. But he played the new Ahsoka, and the new Ahsoka, I was like, I don't even want to. I'm not attacking you. That doesn't seem like worth it for this team. But yeah, it was a good game.
So,
And then
so I'm assuming he normally played his normal Mandos and
Yeah.
just kind of Mandoed out
He was-
everything. Yep.
yeah, he was trying Ahsoka, and then he was like, I really miss Gar because he really likes Gar instead of like Paz, and so. Uh, but
Cool.
and then Wednesday I played Kit Annie for my next league game into Inquisitors. I'll get into that list in a little bit, but that list felt really good. And then I played a Kiati Annie list against one of the newer guys. I was like trying to help him out with some tips and stuff like that. We've got a lot of new players in Arizona right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
It's surprising. I mean, like what our league has between the two East Valley, West Valley. I think we have like what 30 players.
Yeah.
And people keep coming out. I know I'm doing a learn to play at Gamers Guild North like next weekend. I think Aubrey's gonna maybe show up and join me for that.
I'll probably try to.
Yeah, I mean, like, because I know I was talking with some of the guys because at Monument Hobbies and like some of the I know Jordan from Monument Hobbies, he might probably come over and do the learn to play. I did a game with him once before, and he's probably going to come over again and play. So that'll be pretty cool. Like to knowing that there's at least like one or two people that are gonna show up, because you never know how it's gonna go with those learn to plays. Sometimes you might just sit there like twiddling your thumbs waiting. But I think
Hopefully
I've
they
been
advertise
talking to
it.
people randomly. And there's going to be a huge Magic the Gathering tournament. They're playing a CEDH, commander tournament there. So maybe like somebody will just get throttled at commander and come over and want to learn how to play a real game. So
That would be me. That would be me.
Ooh, shots fired.
well,
Shots fired.
dude, commander CEDH has got to be like that's the game where like you're playing against 3 other people. And everyone has like the ability to kill everyone at the table on turn 1. It's not. I don't know why that's fun. Like
It's the interactions usually.
yeah,
but
I
it's
get
still-
it. But it's
yeah.
like, hey, like everyone has the potential of not playing the game. Yay!
Yeah, let me shuffle up my 100-card deck. It's gonna take me 5 to 10 minutes of shuffling,
Yep.
setting up, and everything, and then you're gonna
60
turn one
seconds to
me
lose.
and
Yeah.
Mm.
And not to mention that it's like maybe $500 to $1,000 easy for that deck because they have to be legit cards, like because it's CEDH.
No,
For
most places-
CEDH.
No, even then, most places do
They'll let you
proxies
proxy?
now. Yeah.
Okay.
It depends.
Yeah, it might just
It
be an
depends on the store.
It might just be a.
Some
like,
give
it's
you a
not-
limit. But
Yeah,
it's
but if
not,
it's an official
no,
event
yeah,
with
seriously. Yeah.
ooh, don't put that out there.
I feel like that's what I've been seeing, but
Yeah, I don't,
It's probably not a rated event. It's
if
probably
it's not
in
sanctioned.
a-
If it's
Yeah.
not if it's not a Wizard sanctioned event, because Wizards will if it's a sanctioned event, you can't do proxies. But if it's not sanctioned, it's by all means it's fine. So, but yeah, like it's one of those where, man, if you have a legitimate deck though, whew, those get pricey. But yeah, I guess we could just go ahead and jump on into it and start talking about like the update. We're not gonna like dive into each unit because that's not what we do and go through each ability and what it changed and everything like that. But maybe probably kind of touch a little bit on like the stuff that happened. I mean, overall, it's pretty general, like what happened with the clones supports. All of them got a little bit better, a little tougher, which is what they needed because they were pretty papery thin. I don't really have any other additional thoughts on that other than the expertise going or the changing to the expose on ARFs, I think was probably overall a good thing, and it didn't hurt them too bad in all honesty.
Yeah, the reason why it didn't hurt is, especially in my experience, my ARFs would always get alpha striked. So by the time I can use them, it already costs a force to use it, and I don't feel like it's worth it unless it's a really critical attack. So, and I've been trying to practice without ARFs for a little bit, because it's like getting out of my comfort zone, and I was like, this is fine.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I
the dash
actually
isn't
really like
bad.
the change for him. I really like the change. We'll get into that in a little bit. But
Okay, well, I mean, we can jump into that now. I mean, as far as like since we're talking about the supports, I mean, like the dash isn't bad either, as far as I'm concerned.
so
I think it might be better, Todd. I think it might be better. Like,
Yeah.
so
I'm a believer now, Liam.
real quick. So the 8 health, I can't tell you, like, there's been almost every game I've played since that, I've like had a moment where like they're at 7, and I'm like, the old them would be dead right now, and like I was just like, wow, 7 really is that break point.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild, but
Yeah, I mean, over across the board, like I said, like playing the game that I played with them, all of them like would have been dead earlier, which would have probably like lost me the second struggle immediately. So
Yeah.
they have this extra staying power on them is so much better.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention I did also play just a for fun game with RT fixed. I think it's RT fixed, but
yes,
anyway, which is hilarious because we found out like later that night that we were getting paired for the league, and we had basically just finished our for fun game. Like, all right, well, let's do this again. But that was kind of the same feeling I had. There were a lot of times, and I'm sorry, RT, I don't remember what list you're playing right now. This is why we record in the morning,
Separatists.
so that I. Yeah,
no,
so
no,
that
no.
I-
He's on new stuff now.
Oh, okay.
Did you play him on TTS?
Yeah. No. This was live. So yeah, no, we played live. We were at a game shop.
He's been trying to make Veers work. I've been theory crafting with him, so
That's right. That's right. That's right. It was a Veers list. I don't remember the exact comp. Oh, it was like Veers and like Death Troopers, and then I think Stormtroopers, Sergeant, and
Okay.
Anyway, it was a Veers list. That's right. And the whole time it felt like, just to talk about the defense, like I was being knocked down to low health, but I was not going down. And the same experience, Todd. I am used to, by that point, everything would be wounded, no coordinated fires, no fun for me.
Yep.
And like I kind of, like, I don't want to say I felt bad because it's a game and there has to be a winner, but like playing against the Stormtroopers, like I finally felt favored. Like they finally felt like clone troopers, like they were genetically engineered soldiers to fight and therefore should be good at fighting.
Shocking. Yeah, but I mean, overall, like, I mean, they felt good. I don't know. I mean, Liam, did you? Is there something like jumping out at you as far as like the supports are concerned? Like
the
like that?
212th.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the new 212th are crazy, and I'll say why. It's because of the supporting fire, because of the supporting fire dash. So what I've been doing, like when I have the 212th with like Kit Fisto, you can, if you have good ingress points, right? So you can defensive maneuver both of them. If you have somebody on the midline, you can focus. Boom. So now you have the sharpshooter. You fire, and then one of them can dash to get to where they need to, right? And you're probably full treeing at least one of those times. And it feels really good because they got 6 damage, pin, shove, and an expose. So
Yeah, I mean,
you
like
only need 4. So.
Exactly. I mean, and they're being able to do everything that they do. I mean, if you can get that full tree, because that 4th spot is really the where it's all at, because all their damage is at the end. But if they with focus sharpshooter, they're rolling 8 dice, so you should be able to get there.
And that kind of leads me into the why I really like the supporting fire. So Right now, I'm just in experiment mode right now. So, but like, where I was talking to Aubrey about my whole list on Friday, and I was saying like how I felt like that Charlie Day meme, where I'm just like uh, and so I think Republic's at a spot now, and I heard this on another podcast, and I was already kind of in this mindset, and I was like, okay, cool. Somebody else is thinking the same thing, cool. Um, Republic is super open right now with how you can build it, and I think Empire is the same way, and I
Mhm.
love that because I love creativity. Because I kind of get tired of seeing the same list, like, oh, you're just playing this. I know exactly what you're doing. I know exactly what your game plan is, and I love like sometimes with MCP, like I love where like I come to the table and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here. What is this? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
They're like, I'm experimenting, and I
Doing
love
my
that.
thing.
I love that Shatterpoint's getting to that point. Um, excuse me. Some factions could use a little bit more love. Please, can we get more droids, please? Um,
Yeah,
and anyway,
droidicas,
so
commandos. I want them to get the little magnets and they roll up the ladder, Todd. It's fine.
that's kind of funny. Um, So anyway, so my Republic list right now, I have 4 squads that have like a vibe, I guess. So my first one is Kit Fisto Shakti Arfs. For a while, I took the Shakti and Arfs out of it, but then I brought it back in because when I was playing Kit Shakti Arfs a lot, I realized how fast Kit Fisto and Shakti are, and I oftentimes use Kit, sometimes Shakti, as backpoint stealers.
Mhm.
So I go, oh, you have one guy on your backpoint? Okay, I'm gonna go take it from you. And Kit Fisto's really hard to take off. Yeah, I definitely didn't do that to Aubrey.
Definitely not, Liam. Definitely didn't do that. Your little fishy friend ran all the way to my back point and went mine now, and I was like,
Yep.
what just happened?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of mobility. That's
He's
for
very
sure.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was against the armor, and I think armor only caps at 2 shoves too. And so even if he's exposed, I'm like, all right, as long as I roll kind of decent,
Yeah.
I still got those 2 blocks, and then you shove me maybe once, and I'm like, I still have the point. So anyway, so it's Kit Chuck Tiers, and like my thought process behind this is you have 3 units with the supporting fire dash, right? And at first you're like, oh, that seems like a lot, but if you're spreading them out, because like I said, I would often use Kit as my like backpoint missile, and so a lot of times when I was first playing him, I was like, man, like he's like a little out of range, and I'm like, that's fine, but what that supporting fire does, and I heard this on another thing, just like confirming, I'm like, thank you, thank you. Other people are seeing this too, is it frees up that extra action, right? You don't always need a full advance. You need like a little bit to get to where you need to, right? So with the supporting fire and dash, it allows you to take cover, and if you're playing like an OB list, it allows you to focus if you're really trying to kill something. It allows you to recover if you're like, and so it just frees up that action for you. Like that's why Mandos are so good, is they get a move action, and because they did a move action, they get a free focus action, right?
Yeah.
That's what makes them so good, because it makes their dice just way more consistent. Um, so Kit Chuck TRs, I'm really digging that. So that's my movement list, right? And they can support whatever other list it's in. Then I've got my Obi-Wan list. I've been playing Obi-Wan since the entire time I've played this game. And I almost feel like it's a bad thing because I got too comfortable with how his hunger shenanigans works, and like when I play a game without him, I'm like, oh right, I forget I lose these.
Ah, yep.
Yeah, I've
So
noticed that with him too. Whereas, like, because
yeah,
I played a lot of Obi with what's his name, with Hunter and the Bad
yeah,
Batch, and it's like not having that heal move ability with the hunkers,
and
or
keeping
just
the
not
hunkers when you get engaged. Yeah, it
yeah,
feels weird.
it does.
It feels like what game am I playing? Like, is this? Oh, this is what Shatterpoint's supposed to be? I don't know if I like this.
Yeah, it's kind
No.
of gross.
Hey, I had that problem so bad that when I finally started not playing with Obi-Wan, because I was doing the same thing in the early
yeah.
days of the game, I kept trying to add dice for
Oh,
like
melee.
I would keep for like melee. I would be like, oh well, they have cover one from some other effect, right? I'm like, I get to add extra dice, and they're like, what? They're like, no, cover is for ranged attacks, and I was like, Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
fine.
So my Obi-Wan list, that one I keep flip-flopping. Right now it's Rex in the Republic Commandos. A
Mm.
lot of people are down in the Commandos. I understand why in terms of like offensive output, but I don't use them as like offensive. I just use them as pure defensive bodies, right? And like now they feel so much better. All they needed was a health and to not lose that block. Because the amount of times playing with Obi, I would roll like 7, 8 defense dice. I would get like 1 to 2 blocks, 4 expertise, and like a couple fails, and I'm like, uh, I get 1 extra block, and you're ISF, and I'm dead.
Yeah, and
I was just like, okay, these
and I
guys
think
are supposed to be tanky. Like, what's going on here? So
And I think some people like lose sight of that with like Republic in general, though, is that like they're not tanky anyway. They never really were. Or they're I guess I should say they're not offensive crazy. They never. I mean, especially when you look at
yes,
the supports, they
it,
can be somewhat tanky. They're
yeah,
they're a little bit tankier now that they have that extra health, but they weren't like murder machines. And I think that's like some people think of like clones from like the TV show were like, oh yeah, they
yeah,
just go and kill everything, and it's like, no, they don't really do that.
yeah. Like if you look through my like Longshanks record kind of thing, you'll see like the difference between wounds between me and my opponents, and it's always like they have like 4 or 5, and I have like 1 to 2.
Mm.
um, Shove City, baby, Shove City.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I think what you're looking for with them.
Yeah.
I mean, have you tried with your other list? Have you tried any new of the other? Because I think we only had what secondaries updated. It was
Wait, Cody
and pawns.
Pons. I haven't tried Pons yet. I'm really interested to try that for like Never Tell.
Mm.
But I haven't tried that. I need to try Mace. I haven't gotten to him yet.
What? How dare you?
I
That's what
know.
I was gonna ask you about, Liam.
It's
I,
because
I'm going to Maricopa today, and I was thinking about bringing an Annie Mace list. I
I
was
think
gonna get your
I think it's good.
knowledge.
That's fair. That's fair. Just range 5 bubble. That's all you gotta remember.
So I will say this: don't bring Cody with Mace because that's what I played.
Yes, don't bring Cody with me.
I brought Cody with Mace.
Rex should be in there somewhere.
Well, Rex was with
Yeah.
Anakin. Rex was with Anakin.
Well, yeah, I was thinking of putting Rex with Anakin, but I'm like Todd. I'm sorry, Cody is not who I think of first pairing with Mace. Like,
Well,
what?
I wanted to try him out. I did. I wanted to try out.
Okay.
I wanted to try out Cody and see like how the new, his new card worked and everything like that. And to be fair, I mean the additional mobility that they gave him really does help. That being able to jump on his activation and everything like that, like,
Hmm.
and it does help. And I think I moved him with Mace, also with Mace's ability. So I mean, he was already moved forward, and then he jumped again, and basically was able to give someone expose, um, which was cool. But he still doesn't really do everything because you still want to be able to focus with him. So like
The jump
it,
helps with that. I
yeah.
would say it, but it still definitely depends. Like if you like, I need to get to the midline and you're on the back, like
Mm.
left or something, and you're like, I can't get over there.
Yeah, like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that I pulled Mace early to be able to move him up with Mace's tactic,
Mm.
and then be able to jump him again, I probably wasn't going to get him to the midline like I needed to in order to do the things that he did. So it's interesting. I mean, what he does. I mean, his shot, like because you really do want to focus shoot with him, just because it allows you to do all of the things and get as far down
Yeah.
his tree as possible. So that's definitely what you kind of want to do. And if you can get far enough down, there is always the possibility of like defensive maneuvering for free. So there's a lot you can do a lot with him. Like if you can unlock the whole kit, but it still has problems
Kit,
unlocking the whole kit.
Kit Fisto. Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Do you really want to put him with Kit Fist?
I did actually. I did it as a test game on Friday, because I played against Samson, the Pierce
Okay.
Christophers, and we were talking about it a lot, and then he was playing Spectres with Ahsoka, Fulcrum Ahsoka, and then he's like, "This is an aggro list, and you are a defensive list." He's like, "If I was playing my Inquisitor list, I would hate to play against this." But like, but he kind of like, I wouldn't say like ran me over. Like it was 2-1 on shifting. Um, it was like a couple key critical dice moments where Kit on his 9-die attack got 2 successes into Ahsoka because I kind of whiffed the attack roll and I was like, if I got one more success there, I take that point and then it's a
Mhm.
different game. But it happens.
Makes sense.
Um, and then yeah, Cody, like we were sitting there and like he was like fine. But I really like when my specifically in Republic I would say is like I like when my secondaries can move somebody,
Mhm.
and that's like Cody doesn't do that unless you're running Kiadi Mundi and he kills somebody, then you're dashing a Jedi.
Yeah.
But that was the biggest thing for me. And
Yeah.
I
No.
do
No.
think when Delta Squad comes out, I might be interested depending on what happens. So
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they bring to the table as far as all of that's concerned, and like what they're going to have. Like, is there like how many supports, how many secondaries are they going to actually have with that? So it'll be interesting to see for sure. I don't know. You haven't had a chance to play either one of the new secondaries, have you, Aubrey?
So I played basically Annie box, Obi box, like the original lists, right? So
Mhm.
I did play
Okay.
with Cody. So I mean, I Cody didn't feel that memorable. Like I got like one attack off, and like all I will say is what we were saying just before we started. I feel like he has gone from completely unplayable to almost playable.
Mhm.
He didn't feel outstanding. Like, oh my god, this is the second coming of Cody. He's destroying everything on the field with his long range attacks. But I also didn't go, wow, his first activation does literal nothing because he's not in position yet, which is how you felt about Cody before. So, like, I've one game with him. Like, I mean, I was extremely impressed with both the 501st and the 212th. They got what they needed. They both feel good now. They feel reasonable. I mean, the 501st still feel like a 3 point. Like
yeah,
they still
they're fine.
feel,
They're fine.
but they're fine. But they're fine. They no longer feel like, oh, I'm bringing the 501st. I literally am taking my blaster and shooting myself in the foot with them to start the game off, and then I'm sending them off. Like so now they're fine. And then like I mean Rex is Rex, and I have to say, oh Anakin having a ranged attack. Oh, it's so good. It's
Yeah.
so good. AMG, please give more Jedi ranged attacks. I know you made a big deal about making it sound like you need like advanced Force users like Anakin and Mace, but no, just give them all like Force yank or yeet the baby out the window. I need more Jedi to have that.
I love that
What?
it has a shove on the
Right.
expertise. I love that. That's kind of
Yeah, it's
That
so good.
the Anakin being able to pretty much move everything the Galactic Republic if he wounds too is amazing. So basically, like in my game that I played Anakin, I know we're kind of jumping ahead, like but to them, but oh my lord! So I had him do an attack. He got his jump on his tree, and it was into Magna Guards, got a wound, got his jump on the tree, so he was able to jump down and jump into melee with Asajj. Did another attack into Asajj, wounded her as well, and then basically was able to, I think, like, and he didn't even have to move to do the attack. That was his first action. Moved into another point because I was going to win the struggle, and then just moved everybody. It's like it's so like amazing how he can just do how much more he can do. He was already good,
oh
and
yeah.
now he's even better.
It's funny. I just remember during the Adepticon reveals, like on the stream, you could hear me audibly go, "What?" when they said that his extra attack, or I'm gonna end this, is can target a
It,
second unit. Because I was like, I've been playing Andy for the last year. If I could have done that the whole time, what? Like that's crazy. Um, yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
will say a lot of people I was talking with Samson about this, and like a lot of people are, in a weird way, expecting like a little bit too much from Anakin, and like he's not gonna one shot every time, guys. Like you
Oh,
gotta
oh.
soften him up, right? That's what the clones soften him up, and then you go, I'm gonna go do the murder now. Like I've had turns post update where he whiffs,
Yeah.
and it feels kind of bad. Especially in Reva. Reva's a little tough sometimes.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Er,
sometimes the flow of the game just goes that way too, because like the again, I'm going off of one game that I played
Yeah.
with Anakin and Obi-Wan, but in that game, just the way my order deck fell and the way everything was, I had to send Anakin after both of his supports. Now they went down, they went
Yeah.
completely down, but I didn't get any bonuses, and it was
You get to
it was
refresh
the
the force,
best. Well, yeah, well, yes, yeah. You didn't get. Sorry, you do get that now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But I didn't get all the other goodies, and like that's just how the game goes. Like I made the correct decision for where the game was. I needed to take out these supports and take that point to score, and win out the struggle. Like that's kind of what happened both times. But I mean, Anakin's not gonna take everyone down. Like, are people just expecting a murder bot? Like, even
I-
Vader doesn't take anybody down all the time. Like, come on. I mean,
Yeah.
okay,
Pretty
most
close.
of the time, but
Depends on what he's going into. If he's going into clones, you're like, yeah, we're going down.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, that's my biggest thing is like and usually how I play him is like if I am trying to one shot, like I just need 2 successes twice. That's 10 damage. That kills
Yep.
most things in the game.
Yep.
If I get that third one that first time, cool. It's even better. Um, a lot of people are pairing like the ARFs with him so that you're like you do the move and the jump and you're like, I'm not in range of anybody. You can do the ranged attack, supporting fire dash, and now you can bonk.
Yeah.
So that's what some people are
Got it.
doing. I like that a lot.
so
I have
So
the
Liam-
501st with him
Oh.
though.
I'm just gonna ask. Can we talk about the cone head in the room?
Okay, yeah. So back to my list. Okay, so we got Kit Fisto, Shakti Arfs. I'll just do the whole list right now. So we've got my first Obi-Wan set is Obi-Wan Rex Commandos. My other one is Obi-Wan Nadar Phil's clones. We'll get into that in a little bit. And then it's Kiadi Mundi, Padawan Ahsoka, the 212th, and then it's Anakin. Right now I have Barris, and then 501st. And with if the Nadar's there, Rex goes with Anakin. So that's the only difference there. So Conehead, Kiadi Mundi. I hate that it's him specifically as a character, but my goodness, is he so good. That force push and like that free force push on Shien and just being able to heal all the way back up. I was playing against Nick at a tournament and he got Kiadi Mundi to like 8 damage and then I just went Meow, and then healed all the way back up and force pushed him off the point and he was like, "What just happened?" Like I was like I did all that work.
Well, it's
That's
like
really
there's
gross.
five. It's 5 heals on like what?
It's
3
8
successes
total.
or 4?
It's
Or,
8 so
right?
yeah, so you can either go if you go the damage route only, it's 8 damage. If you go the healing route, it's 8 healing or 8 recovers.
Yeah, it's
And
it's
2
insane.
damage and a shove and a force push. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty gross what he's able to do. It really is. Like his ability to just heal everything and undo everything that you've done
Yeah.
if you want.
And the identity is just crazy. Like the discount and then wounding somebody you get a dash or recovering a dash for Jedi. I will say I cut the Padawans a long time ago. The reason why I don't think like they did fine during Worlds, but when you have that many melee only units in the meta, like in that range meta we're in, you can really feel it. Because they're not influencing the board a crazy amount, and their attacks aren't super consistent in my experience. But
It'll be interesting to see how the meta shifts now that with the change to the ISF slash Gideon Haas, because
they're still good.
they're still good. They're not.
They're still good. Iden
just
can still take a back point on her
Right.
first turn. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
They
Like,
did
there's-
not touch Iden's card, famously.
I don't think she
that's
was
fine.
the biggest issue.
No.
Hask definitely
No.
was, but
And I also like it, like other people have said this too, but I just like it for the terms of that it opens list building now, right? Where he's not only attached to scouts, he's attached to supporting units. So it's like it really opens him up a little bit.
Yeah.
And somebody said like they hated that Hunter's identity turned fails into hits, and then Hask just gave him an extra hit, and it was just like,
Yeah.
where does he get that? You know?
exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
have you looked
Good
at
change.
so?
Good change.
Have you looked into trying any other of the updated primaries? Like, have you looked, because now that Mace is a 7, have you looked
I've
at
been thinking about it.
Have you? Okay, because like I like him now. I mean, I think going kind of back to the list that I had played, I think him with Barris and either the 501st or the ARFs might be a pretty fun one to play, because especially if you have like an Anakin and Mace list, that's 8 force. You have you can have force refresh with the new Shatterpoint ability. So like Barris spending 3 to do her force is it force run or whatever it is, force speed, and then her push. Isn't as hurtful as it could be, especially because like Anakin has the
Force refresh
too. So it's like there's a lot of ways to where utilizing her full kit isn't that difficult to do. I see Aubrey's brain churning as I say all this.
So I've played Barris a couple times, and I like my thought process behind this. A silver lining I was talking to about it. Because my biggest problem is I'm not sold on who my fourth secondary is. That's why I have like Barris, I have Nadar, I tried Cody. And so like Barris with Anakin, because he lost the Coordinated Fire Expose, adding that 2 extra dice kind of helps with that consistency. I've played 2 or 3 games with Barris so far, and every time she's done work, but the reason why I brought her there never came up. Like there wasn't a good opportunity. Like I'm like, oh, I Shatterpointed her in one game. It was really weird. I was like, I think this is the right move, and she just like took an open back point and just kind of stayed there, and then I activated her again, and she took another point. So like she was scoring me points, which is the game of Shatterpoint. But the reason I brought her there was for the extra dice for Anakin, and I just like couldn't get it to work. But maybe that's just a practicing. Just it comes up every once in a while. Like Samson said, it was the icing on the cake because she still has a force push. She's got 4 shoves. She's got 4 shoves in her tree.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She's I think she's just like, because of how force intensive she has been, she really just hasn't been getting the looks that she needs. But I said, I think she might have a place under Mace.
Yeah, well, the reason the gears were turning, Todd, is because originally I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna play Anakin Mace today because I want to talk about Anakin Mace, since it sounds like we don't have too much. Well, you have one game with him. Is that it between the 3 of us? We've got one.
He seems good.
I played him.
Really good.
And so I was thinking at first, I was like, well, maybe I'll try Pawns in the 212th, right? Because like it's clearly a more aggressive list, and the 212th now hit pretty hard, and I wanted to try Pawns, but now I'm thinking, well, yeah, and the pit. I love their coordinated fire. I've always liked their coordinated fire. I was so bad that you couldn't bring them because I feel like coordinated fire pit is really, really good, and you just couldn't justify it because it always cost a force.
Right.
But now I'm thinking maybe it's just Anakin list, like Anakin. Well, maybe I'll play around with it, but I might try Barris instead. I might do like Anakin Rex 501st and like Mace Barris ARFs, or play around with. I don't know where the pieces might actually be. Maybe it's the other way around. But I don't know, Liam. What do you think? If I'm putting all those little pieces together, where do you put everything?
It's tough because if you go with Pawns 212, maybe do ARFs with Anakin. Get that supporting fire dash around.
You just don't want to leave Rex I think the bigger problem. Like leaving Rex, not taking Rex is I think detrimental to playing if you're playing them. So like he has to be in that list somewhere is the thing. So it's like
Yeah, now I'm thinking, Liam, I'll let you test pawns. I think I'm gonna try Barris Barris and Arse sounds good. Or no, it'd be you want Barris with Anakin, right? So like
Yeah,
Anakin, Barris,
either or,
Arse,
I guess.
and
Either
then like
or. I don't
50.
see there's a. I mean, it's
It does
her,
say
her
Jedi
faithful.
primary, and
Yeah, her
they
faithful
both hit kind
Padawan
of hard,
doesn't
you know.
matter.
So
Yeah.
I guess Mace can hit hard too. That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. We're gonna bring Anakin box, and we're gonna give Mace the fun toys. We'll give Mace Arfs and Barris and C. I'll come back and tell y'all later. I don't know. I'm creating this on the fly right
You know,
now while we're talking.
I got an idea. So here's what we'll do. We'll if Liam's up for it, we'll do a bonus episode right after this where we sit there and build the list that you're going to take to Mr. Ease. How about that? You up for that, Liam?
let's do it.
Sure. There you go. All right. We got this.
We're gonna make a horrible list for you, but that's all right. You're gonna do it, and you're gonna tell us how it went.
So,
All right, so
Fine.
the biggest reason why I haven't tried Mace yet is because like I'm trying to focus on my specific premiere list, and I just like either the characters / play style of these 4 characters more than I like Mace, because it's like Kit Fisto and Anakin are 2 of my favorite Jedi. Obi-Wan I can't leave at home, I feel like sometimes. And then Ki-Adi-Mundi I feel like is objectively probably just the right answer. As much as I hate to say it. And so that's the only reason why I haven't tried Mace, is just like I like these other 4 more. And it's so unfortunate. And same with Luminara. Like I feel so weird like leaving Luminara at home too, because she's still so crazy good.
That's what's wild about like this update is that you just now have
It's
more
so
options
open.
than you know what to do with, like type of a
Yeah.
thing. You can go so many different ways with your list building for Republic, and I'm hoping we get there with like Separatists and some of the other factions as well, because like Republic and Empire are amazing with list building right now.
Right. It felt like before the update, and you wanted to play Republic, you pretty much had 2 options. It was Cam Vader or Hunter Obi, and
Or
really
Cam Annie.
Hunter Obi. What?
Cam Annie was pretty popular at Worlds.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say or Cam Anakin, like the Cam plus a Vader Anakin type thing, right? But like
Yeah.
that, like you had a killy list, and then you had like kind of the more defensive mobility list in Obi Hunter with all the hunkers and the dashes and everything, and that was it. Like you basically left the rest of Republic at home. Like and yes, there's different flavors and different options, and we could talk about crosshair or not crosshair and stuff like that. But like those were your 2 options. Now I'm like, is Mace just the 5th best option? Is that the problem we
Yeah,
have?
you're like-
Like that's a weird thing for me to say, because he looks really good too. And Luminara's like what, the 6th best option, and her identity is like insane still. Like
I don't
it's
even.
great.
Yeah, I don't even
It's
know
a
if
good
like
conversation.
they're 5th and 6th best. I just like the other ones more, you know. But
Yeah, I mean, you can season to taste at this point in
Yeah.
time to whatever is that you like the most. I mean, Vader won now. Even
he's
like
still good. Yeah,
he's still good, but like you
he's
don't
exactly
even.
the same. Yeah,
But he's not even in the conversation because Anakin is just like got that glow up that you're not even talking about him right now. Which
One-
is wild.
yeah. One thing I was seeing was like to counter Anakin, because everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's the end of the world. Anakin's broken." Blah blah. It's like, well, kill the supports, right? That's I feel like that's always been the name of the game, is kill the supports of your opponent, and you are going to succeed decently. Um, because of that, I've now been thinking about Padme, because this was because of Jerry. Jerry like said it, and then I was like, oh, because Padme.
Expand on this one.
Yeah.
Because,
So Padme's identity.
It's the
if
identity,
she's-
Todd.
Yeah, if she's in her one stance, your Galactic Republic supporting units count towards objectives even when wounded.
yeah.
So when you're moving 6 models, like when they're dead, it's like, all right, I clear my pins, I move them into position, or if I have Ki-Adi-Mundi, I position them to where I get my force discount ability. But now it's like I am still like, yeah, they're wounded, but they're still counting towards the points.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, you're talking. So basically, with that one, what it is if you're staying on the faith and diplomacy side, your supporting
Yeah.
units are able to count against that. So it's again, and
Or,
I'm sorry.
or you add the extra offensive die.
Exactly. If you're on the aggressive negotiation side, you're correct. So it's awesome that like yeah, you have that. It's interesting. I don't know if like you like if people would want to add her to a list, but it does definitely it is something to think about there. I mean,
Yeah.
especially I mean, like I said, with us locally, we have so many different players that you could sit there and bring that to an event and probably have a lot of fun playing it. I don't know if it's again, we're not the top competitive podcast type of we're going to tell you how to win worlds.
Yeah.
No, that's not us. But I mean, this it definitely seems like a fun option for sure.
Jerry is the king of jank, and I love it. Every list he pops up, I'm like, what is going on here?
Right.
I love it.
Yes, I mean,
He's gonna find a way to play Lobot with like the Bad Batch, and then he's gonna be like, "This is the best Republic list," and you're like, oh, "Okay, sure."
Oh, it's awesome.
yeah, and he never lets me forget how much I hate Lobot, and he'll play it every time. So, yeah, I get it.
We're gonna have to get you that action figure, Todd. Do you remember what line was it? Like one of the original Kenner ones?
This was back in like the 80s, man. This was like the original run, like when probably when that movie came out, I got that action figure, which is probably worth a pretty penny now. I wish I had held on to it, but no. Yep. Nope. Lobot was horrible. I'm sure someone will like show up to like Adepticon next year, like, hey, here's a Lobot. I'm like, I hate you.
Yeah.
So, like Anakin, like as he's getting his legs cut off. I hate you. Yeah, that'll be me. But no. All right. So I guess to kind of like put a cap on like the update, there's two other ones we talked kind of about Vader. He's really, I mean, he's not the best Galactic Empire primary anymore, but they did keep him Galactic Empire, which Aubrey really loves, or Galactic Republic, I should say. Republic, and he's still one of the greatest Republic characters that Aubrey has ever seen, and he loves it.
No. Nightfall Vader, fine. Galactic Republic. Mustafar Vader, fine. Galactic Republic. Darth Vader from the Kenobi show, which is set 10 years after the fall of the Republic. Yeah. No.
They did say that's fair. They have come out and said like AMG said like their idea behind this Vader is that it's shortly after, and it's like because I mean we see in Clone Wars where he's got, the very last episode of season 7 or whatever. And then, like, in the comics, you see him running around with 501st for a little bit. It's like, that's their idea around this Vader. It just also happens to be the Kenobi show Vader. So, I get it.
Yes.
But it's like,
yes.
Yeah.
I've heard the same interview, Liam, and I'm sorry, AMG. I love you. I love your game. But you told me these characters were snapshots in time. You told me that the Ahsoka fulcrum is just that fight, and that's why she's so aggressive and focused on killing, because she's trying to kill Darth Vader, avenge Anakin. Ergo, by the same logic, you cannot tell me that the dual pack Vader that's fighting Kenobi 10 years later is also the Darth Vader from the last episode of the Clone Wars. Like, I see you, AMG. You shoehorning it in with a crowbar. It's fine.
Aubrey, does this still bother you? I'm not sure.
I mean, I feel better now knowing that there's I know this is silly. Liam, I appreciate what they said. I appreciate because at least it is logical. I just disagree with the underlying premise.
that's fair.
So yeah, but no, I mean, looking at that, I think there's one more primary, which is Ahsoka.
I've been thinking about. I don't know. Like, what if I wanted a defensive revenge list, but then I lose Padawan Ahsoka, so like that becomes the question, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh man,
I actually think Ahsoka isn't as good in Galactic Republic. I think
Probably
Ahsoka is going to be like I almost was just gonna roll up today with Mandos with her in the list, like just like a regular Oops All Mandos with her, just because I think she gives you a little bit more like you kind of guarantee your Beskar armor with her her new innate ability,
Yeah.
which I thought would be kind of nice. But I actually don't think she because she doesn't have the Jedi tag, so that
Yeah.
means it kind of ruins some of the Kiadi Mundi stuff.
Specifically Kim,
Yet, yeah, and so I feel like she's gonna be more of like a Maul, where you can kind of plug her in, and she's gonna be like kind of like a mid-range concept, right, from Magic. Like she's not the tankiest, she's not the most aggressive, but she gives you a little bit of everything. Like she's a kind of an yeah. Well, I mean, she's a little tanky, but you do have the force for it. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Is what list do you have where you can? I feel like that was more
First
of like
contact.
a ripcord.
Done.
Oh,
Just kidding.
I think she's
There you
good
go.
on first
There you
contact.
go.
She's got so much movement. Like she jumps everywhere. She's got 3 shoves on like her form 5 side. If she full trees there, which is only 5 successes, which isn't hard on with a support. So yeah, I think there's a place for her. I don't know if like a Republic centric list is where she needs to be. But she's there if you wanted to put her in there. But I think there's, like we were saying earlier, there's just so many good options now. Liam, so do you have, like, what with like your list that you're working on? What is there anything that you didn't touch on that you think is worth talking about?
Nadar. Okay. A lot of people are down on Nadar. Okay, and I understand. 4 defensive dice, I totally get it. You know what also has 4 defensive dice? Clones. And his defensive expertise is better. But I think Nadar is, if you're playing him, he's stapled to Obi-Wan. And the reason for this is you have to remember, it's the hunter thing, where you have to remember his dash triggers for when a primary takes a move action. If you forget that, he's on your backline, he's stuck, he's a sad fish boy. And if you do remember, you can either use his tactic to dash somebody else, or if you're already engaged, you can just whatever. And if you hunker with Obi, right, now you're rolling 5 defensive dice, whether it's ranged or melee, right? And I played a game where I just stuck him on the midpoint, and my opponent at the end of the game was like, I am traumatized by this fish man. And he's like, I am like looking behind my shoulder now for Nadar. And it's because like he just couldn't get him off that point. Or like with Obi-Wan, his defensive expertise is decent, right? It's like you get 1 for 1, 2 is 2 and a recover, 3 is 2 and 2 recovers. So you're rolling 5 dice now, which is reasonable. You get some recovers. Okay, you push me off the point. All right, I'll spend my hunker. I'll get back on the point. So 1, you're not taking it from me. But now you're forced to engage me. I'm going to heal. I healed from my defensive expertise. I healed from the Obi-Wan. Now you engaged me, and I healed 2 more times.
Okay.
And I
So-
refreshed the force. That's pretty good.
Not too bad. The one thing I guess the question I have is like with Nadar being a 5, especially when like premier list building, what does that add more conflict to like your list building, because now you're adding another 5 like on top of, if you have Anakin, you only have so many good
Shakti.
3s to bring. Yeah,
I
Shakti's
think
another
they're all
5.
fine. It's just the Padawans. I just don't. I can't.
I mean,
do
like
it.
I like I've said, I mean the Padawans have one real function. That's just to die to turn on Kiadi Mundi
Yes,
and be
that's
that
fair,
wounded
yeah.
unit. That is their function. I mean, and you can have Darth Vader come in and kill them if you want. I mean that's why you run the Kiadi
why-
Mundi
yeah.
box with Darth Vader, because he's there to sit there and go, it's okay, kill the Padawan,
Kill the little
kill
ones.
the younglings, it's okay.
Oh my word! I mean, Todd's not wrong. He's not wrong. Good job, AMG, making the Padawans exactly the way we expected them to
Oh,
be,
that's so
little
funny.
cannon fodders for Vader.
I love it. All right, man. I don't know. Aubrey? Do you have any thoughts to kind of close this one out?
Just that it feels a little weird to me that I'm coming full circle. Like my favorite era is actually like the in between the prequels and the original trilogy. Like I love
Like
the
the
Rise
Clone
of
Wars
the
era?
Empire and
Oh,
no,
no,
like
no,
just that.
Rebels.
No, like just after, like where
Okay.
like the Jedi Survivor games are and the Rebels
Okay.
show and like even the Inquisitors and all of that. Like I like the lead up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Inquisitors
Yeah.
because we're on Republic. It's a whole different episode. But like I like
Liam's
that,
like, I'm
that-
coming back for that one.
But
No,
but
Samson.
they've got me wanting to put Spectres down with Kanan in all his glory, and come back to my original love, the Republic. So I think I think they did their job. Like AMG, I want to play some more Annie Obi and Annie Mace and Annie Kiadi Mundi. It's fine. It's fine.
It's just you're like I hate it, but it's the right choice. Yeah.
It's okay. You'll get over it. You'll get over it. Liam, how about you? Do you had any closing thoughts to like of the Republic? I mean, like I said, we're going to sit there and build Aubrey's list in the bonus episode and see what he has here. But do you have any other thoughts?
Diceless displacement. I like to have a diceless displacement in every single one of my lists. And with how everything is now with Republic, I feel like that's more and more viable.
Yep. Again. That's why you need to bring Barris, because she's got some really good
seriously.
business replacement. Definitely good stuff. All right, well, to close us out, like always, I always want to thank everybody that listens to us. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you. If you want to support the podcast, you can do so by becoming a patron. I want to take this time to thank our new patrons. We have Silver Lining and Dylan both became patrons. Over the last week, so now's my chance to sit there and come on and say, hey, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. You definitely keep us running, keep us doing what we're doing. We are going to be going to LVO, and we're going to challenge ourselves to be the TOs and try and live stream the games at the same time. So we have 6 people total going, so I think we can make this work. But because of our patrons and the support they give us, it allows us to be able to do things like that, like try and double dip at LVO. We'll see how it works. But definitely going to make that happen. We definitely appreciate all you guys. If you don't want to support us by becoming a patron, we definitely understand, but you can support us by rating, reviewing the podcast on whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on, or if you're watching us on YouTube, like, subscribe, do all the good things that you do on the YouTubes to make the algorithm say yay, because we like that too. And other than that, though, as always, thank you very much for everything that you do and all the support you guys give us. And as always, may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Blah, blah, blah.